Hey everybody, today we are doing a Caroline's taste test. If you're new to the channel, I have an entire playlist of me trying out different hiking and backpacking meals and sharing my honest thoughts and opinions on these meals with you. Which is why RightOnTrek reached out to me to see if I would try out some of their meals and share my thoughts, my honest opinion with you all on them. So really excited about that. So RightOnTrek is a company that is based out of Montana in the United States, and they make some really delicious looking meals in small batches. They're very focused on sustainability, less preservatives, and what looks to be really delicious food. What I think is really unique about this company is actually their trip planning section. So they have pre-made adventure packs where you would get a breakfast and a dinner of their own meals, and then lunch and snacks made up of like cheese and crackers, jerky, fruit snacks, energy bars, things like that, tuna to get your calories in. And I think that's a really neat idea. So they have the pre-made ones, and then they also have it where you can plan out a trip. Say you want to go for 5 days and you want meals for those 5 days. You can just put that in. They're also very dietary restriction friendly. So if you are lactose intolerant, you can look for dairy-free options on there. If you're doing gluten-free or like a low-carb diet, or if you have peanut allergies, they have selections for you. So I think that's the coolest part. Really helpful for beginners who might not know where to start, how many calories you should be eating in a day when you're exerting that much energy. And I mean, it's convenient in the way that you don't have to pick out and plan everything. It's just you order it, ships to home, you're good to go for your trip. Now, the products do have, their meals have a year's shelf life, is what they say, their best buy date, which you can store them longer, but their best buy date is a little over a year. So if your trip ends up getting canceled or something, it's fine. You can just use it next season or whatever that looks like. So I'm going to show you what they sent, and then today we're going to try out 2 meals and kind of mimic that meals planning service that they have. So we're going to be trying out a breakfast and a dinner. But what they sent was they sent a little carabiner to clip this Leave No Trace waterproof card to your pack. That's pretty neat. Again, great for beginners if you might not quite understand Leave No Trace, if you want to minimize campfire effects or know how to properly dispose of waste out in the woods. That's a pretty neat little info card. They also sent this food grade beeswax, which you melt, and it makes like you have a thin layer of the beeswax on the bottom of your pan, and it makes your pan non-stick. I think this is really cool. It's not something that I've seen or done before, and I think that would be cool if we test that out together, see how much that actually works. They sent some bechamel style mac and cheese. And this one is a 2-serving pouch. The other ones are 1 serving, but just so you can see that they do have different size portion offerings available. This one I'm really excited about. This is like a flavor profile that I haven't seen before. This is cauliflower chicken risotto. I think this sounds so good, so we're definitely gonna try this one out together. And then a savory mountain grits, which is like a smoky cheddar grits. I've never had grits, so this will be my first experience with grits, and that is also something that we will do together in the near future. And then for today, the stars of the show for our breakfast, we're gonna be trying out some banana bread oatmeal. That sounds very delicious. And chicken Alfredo pasta, which is a classic. So excited about that. They cook pretty quick. The oats, it says it's gonna take 8 minutes, and the Alfredo, it says it's gonna take about 7. So I'm gonna get cleaned up a little bit, set up, and I'll see you back in just a minute. All right, we are back. We have 2 different stoves set up. We're gonna be cooking our meals at the same time. They both take around 8 minutes. We are gonna start with the oatmeal because it does take a little bit longer. This actually tastes like banana bread, I'm telling you. Pretty simple ingredients: oats, walnuts, coconut sugar, banana chips, salt, and vanilla powder. And we are going to add our oats to 8 ounces of water, bring it to a boil, reduce the heat, and cook for 3 minutes while we stir occasionally, and then turn it off and let it cool. So I have 32 ounces in my Nalgene bottle. And the oatmeal I am going to make in my nesting cup. Just have nice measurements on the side. Seal that up so I don't tip it over. Get that stove turned on. Set our water on there. Tears all right. It smells very banana-y. Dump that in. There is no oxygen absorber, which I mean, the shelf life is a year, so that would explain that a little bit. The banana chips in that are huge. Get that a good mix. It's my little camping whisk. I don't know about that. So we are going to gently move this to the side and let that go. So now we are going to get our chicken Alfredo going. I'm gonna heat up the bottom of this pan a little bit. Which happened really fast. I'm gonna just do a quick layer of that beeswax. Because I'm curious and I feel like, okay, I can turn that off for right now. If I'm gonna do this with one of these meals, I'm gonna want it to be the chicken Alfredo. Oatmeal is smelling good. Okay, so this is chicken Alfredo pasta. It says we're gonna boil our water first and then add all our ingredients. So 6 ounces. Make sure that beeswax is hardened. All right. Oopsies. I'm going to turn that down. It is at a boil. That's getting thick. This is definitely going to be ready before this. So I'm at 24 ounces. That is 6 ounces. No. Turn that on and get that water boiling. I'm gonna move this over here. I don't want this oatmeal to burn. So I'm gonna keep stirring this. But that oatmeal set up really quick. So I'm gonna turn off the heat to the oatmeal. And I'm gonna set that to the side. Bump that up a little bit. It's not quite boiling yet. I will check back with you when it is, so I'll see you in just a minute. All right, so our water is very intensely boiling. So I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Tear open our chicken Alfredo. Okay, so the chicken is in a separate bag. This chicken is freeze dried. It's kind of cool how they have it separate. This does have an oxygen absorber. And some penne noodles and lots of creamy looking powder. Definitely see the parsley. I want to just make sure I get all of this sauce mix into the pot. Give that a good stir. I can see all the parsley. I can see the mushroom pieces, which are just finely shaved. Turn that down even a little bit more. And then I'm gonna get my knife to open this chicken and dump that in. Give that a stir. I'm just gonna move that away and check on our oatmeal, which is super nice and thick. It did get burnt to the bottom a little bit, but I was not being a diligent watcher. So while we're waiting for our dinner to cook, we're gonna go ahead. We are going to try out this banana bread oatmeal. It's very thick, really large pieces of banana. It's very walnutty. The banana chips are soft. I thought they would be like hard, but they're kind of soft and chewy. And it definitely tastes like banana oatmeal. Banana nut oatmeal. So I'm gonna come back when our dinner is done boiling. We will try that out, and then we will talk about our pros and our cons and give each of these meals a rating. So I will see you soon. All right, we are back. I just took the chicken Alfredo off of the stove and put a cover on it. It says to do that for 3 minutes. So we are going to go back to our delicious banana bread oatmeal. Now, when we rate camping food, we have a scale that is a 1 to 10, and it breaks it up into 5 different categories. The first being, is it easy to make up and clean up? Now, super easy to make, right? Like, you boil water, you put in your oatmeal packet, and then you stir. And you do need to stir pretty consistently, like this isn't something you can take your eyes off of, or you're going to have a burnt bottom. So you're going to be needing to constantly stir it and then clean up, because you made it in a pot. You need to know beforehand, how are you going to wash your dishes? This isn't just a bag that you can throw away. So that's something to keep in mind there. The ingredients are great, very simple: oats, walnuts, sugar, salt, vanilla, banana. Great ingredients. So that is full honors there. Durability, you're not going to have to worry about this spoiling on you. You're not going to have to worry about it spilling out all over your pack and making a mess. Like, this is a solid choice for that. The only thing really kind of concerning here is if you don't eat it all, how are you going to pack the remainder out? So that's something to think about. Aesthetics, does it look good to eat? It's oatmeal. All oatmeal pretty much looks the same. And then, does it taste good? Yes, it tastes like banana oatmeal, which is exactly what it is intended. So overall, this is really good. I would be happy to have this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a solid oatmeal. I can see myself eating this on trips when I want banana oatmeal. So that is a great option. Our Alfredo's been sitting. I'm going to switch gears over to this and give this a little taste test. So I'm going to stir it up. This smells phenomenal. I just want to make sure that I get some chicken and the mushrooms, which are very small, and then pasta. It's a very sweet sauce. It's good, very good, but it is a sweet sauce. One thing also is this called for 6 ounces of water, and I think that was a little bit on the light side, because the freeze-dried chicken is not all the way rehydrated, which is kind of a bummer because it's such a good pasta, and then you kind of bite into this dry chunk of chicken. So easy. We're going to go back to our scale. Again, this is a 1 out of 10 scale. Easy to make, easy to clean up. This is going to be the same concerns. You need to keep an eye on this. You are cooking these meals. You are not boiling a bagging. Boiling in a bag. Boiling in a bag. Sorry. You are cooking these. You need to be actively watching it, actively stirring it, You need to make sure whatever pot you have for this has a lid so you can let it steam and let those noodles become finished and the sauce thicken up. And you're going to have dishes once again. You can't just pack out the bag and have it not be all over your pack if you don't do dishes. So you need to think about how you are going to clean this up before you take this on a trip. So just something there. Ingredients are the quality of ingredients. Good quality? Are they a good portion? Now the ingredients are very good. I wish there was a little more chicken and that you were asked to put a little more water into it so it could rehydrate better. The sauce is very good. The noodles are perfect. I like that they're bite-size penne pasta, so you can just basically shove it in your mouth. I do not like mushrooms at all. I don't know if it's because they're such little flakes. I mean, they're definitely throughout the entire dish. I don't know if it's because they're such little flakes or because they're just a very mild mushroom. I've never had this type of mushroom before. I didn't mind that at all. I wouldn't think twice. I would buy this and not worry about mushroom flavor. Like, very good sauce. The only thing ingredient-wise that was a little upsetting was the chicken being hard. And once you know that, you can adjust. Durability, again, you don't have to worry about spoiling or getting all over your pack with this. It literally is just when it's finished and it's time to clean up and go home, how you're cleaning your dishes, how you're transporting any leftovers, any of that. And this looks really good to eat. Like, this is a penne pasta in a cream sauce. It looks delicious and it tastes very good. I still can't believe that I don't taste the mushrooms at all. I can normally taste mushrooms. I cannot taste the mushrooms in this at all. So this is an 8 out of 10 for me. It's definitely a favorite right now. I definitely would recommend this. Excited to try the other things after having these meals today. So that's where we're at with these two. The oatmeal came in at a 7. The chicken Alfredo came in at an 8. Very good. Again, this company is geared towards people who don't really have time to plan, especially like beginners who just don't know where to start, and all that choice can be so overwhelming. And I think this is a great service for them. The meals are delicious so far, which is good, because without good food, the service really doesn't mean anything. So that pairs well with that very unique service that they're offering. And I'm just excited to try the other stuff that they've sent, like that mac and cheese. Really want to try that cauliflower dish, and I'm a little nervous about the grits, but I think that'll be good. Yeah. So I want to know down in the comment section below which meal you want me to try out next, or any other video ideas that you have for Caroline's taste tests. And if you've tried out RightOnTrek, whether it be the meal planning service or if you've just picked up a meal, make sure to leave that down in the comment section below as well, and let me know what you thought. I will see you guys later.